Oja mama official para ma adwon fa umra Adom TV so said the etie ne adwumadie so na metran na enwumre so ani wa bedi nkomo ya sha afefufuro na se na se ne ya wonnim no e wo man mu ya sha se a na adwumayefo nyina ye ko break nyina na se e wo se sasan ye chi ko adwumani ye ko boa ma Ghana etumi etumpon na wo man ne mu no ye se yenso ene nipa na nipa hodo a wo ye adwuma enkankan e wo aban ahye ye ahodo no this year yes ye tackle even though say tackle politicians so no ye hwe ankronkro am so mo ye enwuma ba chief directors wo ministries ni agencies ahodo na ene ye pese ye tackle mo this year in particular omo na ye pese ye tackle mo ye hwe se wo na edwuma na watumi aye amana atompon eno ene civil servant ene public servant enso so ye ben kura na da omo entemu ene ye ba piem ewa ha ye ne head of civil servant nana kwesi ejekum dwamana ene ye ne no ewa bedin komo ne ye bisa no esanse o hye adwuma ya se nye watena ha ache yie nitty-gritties of this particular civil servant na yade ananim die ekon kan wo mtie na ye ne ba bedin komo ne ye bisa ne se ekwan ben support na wose ye de Ghana fa ebetumi ababe kra behwe se ne ye nyina yesi esusu na ye pen wo no oja mama official pa
I think committee federal say na radio do near that so tiatia senior o man ho den na ye sun ye man
amen
yes ye abusia no ye sun ye nyankopon so
da ya mi ase wa ma ye nkwan die na je se adwuma na no wase ye de boa Ghana but mamdi kan mi say ye ka civil servant and public servant ya omoni ho am
ameda wase na many kind inchia Ghana adwumafo nyina na memo wa finsha panso na menka se migidi sa afefufura ye wiamu o man bi eni ho aye ho ye man ye ba akopɛ Ghana ti nyina babo ni aye adwuma pa asom ye man wasema bisa ne ye asema ho hia pa ye man emrapon the friend constitution so called article 190 a kire say nyuma kro ahoro ma men kan say ye wo 3 arms of government ye wo the friend executive that is president and then ministers then wonga aboan like ministries departments ne agencies no one on executive the parliament that is the legislature and the sound judiciary court for chief justice then Crawford enti ba ka wonu nyina boma nyina aka ho na ye public service
okay
but the proper no we call article 190 of the constitution now a honor no list nko adwuma hora ye frɛ won sɛ wɔyɛ public service
okay
it is all person of an outcast public service na ye kɛse no no o kan sɛ adwuma hora 190 no o kɔ hɔ abon sɛ one bachelor first organization ya come yes civil service health service police service immigration service ahoro be pray ɛna emra no kan kɔso san kɔtren sɛ nye wenum ko na mo won a enam parliament enam rashiga for ebeye na ya form ikofufuro bia no won so be kan public service no
okay
international just a civil service bro because one of the units under the bigger public service
okay
inti just baako inti the kan public service are not the san koko nyina mabobo health service local government service which is the latest relatively latest ne wonom nyina eka ho ye frɛ won public service
okay
but the civil service baako inti so be what civil service like police service and yes civil service
okay
immigration service and yes civil service the military and yes civil service even GRE for kra on your civil service.
Okay.
Ghana Water Company, on your civil service. Cocoa Marketing Board, CMB, on your Senate, one of you now on your civil service. If he say, but constitution interest or some horror and a Juma horror, a war center, and I war district, Emrano, a designate, and a pum castle, we are civil service near Versa. Into my man, take for example, ministries in our civil service.
Ministries in
Ministry, finance, so trade, ministries near civil service. But when someone has seen it, you want someone seen in civil service.
Okay.
Into my me explain. O court is interior. Ministry nankasa a civil service. But police any civil service. Immigration I was interior any civil service.
Okay.
The nature of the relationship let's say ministerial responsibility abanso afwa or share sa sector no. Etna ministry ena oye adwuma but say nyume nyina a report to minister no.
Okay.
But one can civil service.
Okay.
The organically in terms of say yeah inform say one a part of the civil service. But you can't say a sector into interior sector now and you na police immigration prison service they constitute that sector.
Okay.
But in terms of India, so they will be part of the public service, but they are not part of the civil service.
Okay.
Oko Ministry of Finance the same thing. Ministry Nankasa a civil service, but GRE agency, implementing agency. Now one would be a Juma ministry in a year. No. One year part of the civil service.
Okay.
Into one structure, one system, one bring a different. But the Minister for Finance has control or ministerial responsibility. Nti wo ko abemo akokasa FGR ho a Minister of Finance na beko.
Okay.
Yeah, ko parliament. Akokan bibia FGR ho a minister na responsible.
Okay.
Nti that is the sana ye mra pon no.
Actually. Oh, nana ye ko ye nim no as civil servant, say nipa na civil servant no. Ye nim notion aye wo ya adwene say aban adwuma ye nsua etwe ase. Nipa hudu a mu fa mo se ye nyi adwuma emfa mo wa Ghana no. Ekwan ba ni ye fa so ahunu se nipa yi se ofiri ha no so okọ ha ne adwuma wo so ye ni. Ekwan ba ni ye hwe se nipa we asomesi we adwuma no wa ye. Asanse ye nim aban enyuma ye fo a ene osori 8 o'clock akọ adwuma 8 o'clock we are upon 2 and 3. Sa issue no going forward ye pese ye man into mpono. Send was here na ebet me aboa ye.
Ade akwa no question be nka tron say sa sem say aban dwuma obi say ye mfan so aye ntriso o say the two ambeti so send e be ye din kakra na hwiat sa dwen no a ewo sebe ye nuanom bitrim eno ka ho na ye man nyina if it says one ye na me man nye me die ya ye man no intumi nye den intumi nkoso eno ho hia ye mpa oburu meka say very fundamental to the way I see niema nti say na aka say ye be person number 1 as you to me who say na me can say civil service and you're responsible for all the services.
Okay.
Nia ye ne say yeah, particularly in the last few years, building the capacity because the capacity and your training keke. The niema horror egu kwemu send be civil service organizations no a supervising services na aka no wo betumi aye won adwuma yie na etumi affecting other services no enti for instance me van say chief director of ministry bia for some time was your performance agreement one by or performance agreement but we are moving from just being a paper. It's been assessed, people are recognized. But for instance, we have fear, you are tremu in terms of say the scope of work of the chief director about monitoring the sector no yeah trimu.
Okay.
Because as far as I'm concerned, so okay, say civil service which is barely 25,000 out of about almost 800 or 900,000. Civil service kwasi nyina akora ya sakra na nyina ye adwuma yi na other services na nyɛ adwuma yi enkohwe so one here.
Okay.
But civil service no have a unique role in the sense since your minister no ɛwɔ yɛn afa na chief director no so coordinate sector no si yɛhyehyɛ nneɛma yie na so wɔn so by way of policy the way of performance monitoring wɔn so wɔhyehyɛ wɔn nneɛma yie then it can impact police service. It can impact GRA. It will impact a crew ahora. Senior bear it me a coin. Into number one is you're improving your monitoring and evaluation systems. You're improving your performance management. Okay. Indeed, the free training is here. Kind of not your assessment or kind of façon assessment I'm gonna say. So be a juma obabe buna juma home contact. Now, why in biara just those share report for the last 2 years. This is a quite a fast assessment. Yanin nipa assessment and also yan shared entity. It is say that you test uncle for no near credit to if I find private sector people. Near exactly near share. Okay. Send it was from that train and me call anti my yes ideas are brave. International say Samoko namoko assessment wonko ni be beyond that and also abang for the past 4 years I'm saying can correct sika yenya for entity for promotion in the last 4 or 5 years has been legendary. My head of sales is 2014, but prior to that I'm the head of management services. I know what really I'm talking about. Aban ye na fam die say promotion be koso training be koso inti na say yen so ye managers no yes ye make sure say nkrofo ye wan djuma kind of minia oba director na say sabi what did 40 years na be director kind of na assessment bi eni o inti utimu sa o ya adio onya adio as long as sabi unko wi ade now you been done to corner or either say operator now be whichever comes first. Now that does not happen. There is a process. 3 strikes. If you fail 3 times a performance agreement, you be ready. And that is a major shift. A major shift.
A very major shift because the year when say omo tako aban nyume no. You can be job security. You say aban adwuma de we are anya de be wedi nti okosha aban adwuma no ma no matter how obey adwuma no dey say still or
just woman say I na nipa bebre slow officers in bebre slow say civil public service into due process is very important nti nya say untumi nyedi but untumi sorry keke say enenko ha say be ba mi hia ho na why bribi am say yi wadi ene dabi as I say untumi documenting wotro eto say enura wo ya de we ya kan wanya ho mienu miansa to so a benya disciplinary committee na ye due process no nya say na your constitutional law oni ba ko do ba court odo ba court o be san ba o san ba officer no kura eye ne no tiban be den be basa enti nya so wonyi ni padi na ya na documentation na no wo nya no and but now that has changed. Particularly, as I say, the chairman of Civil Service Council, Justice Rose Owusu, a retired Supreme Court judge, and you know judges, law and all that kind of thing, and she is putting a lot of pressure on all of us to do the right thing, walk the narrow path. I'm just trying to say, in terms of institutional leadership, the struggle or the focus for us to serve our country, is higher than ever. It's higher than Osha and records with me. Indeed, so you're bonny. Now we go through the process. This one proceedings. That's so you were there, be ready.
Okay.
You be ready. I know that's not it. But our focus is not on a yidin. Your focus rather is so buying a boy, now buying training and there. Yenye chuma yen fan serving your man. Then I make us you are trying to monitoring, you are trying to target setting, you improve training. Beyond that, client services. So you see it's a big thing for us. Into a beer yampon cashier, your civil service week yedi. People are recognized in the past. Now, nipa ye juma unya recognition. Bia nya recognition ke say about more dying na yeboma. But in every ministry, indeed, now I was in a meeting because say officer head of sales says until the report to crowd brema annexes to crowd mokai. Because in the past, people think say the report will annex them here. My team here will do the evaluation of the annexes and will give a feedback on that. And that invariably is also affecting everybody in every ministry. And we are not there yet. Near minim say omen biara a developer. Civil service plays a major role. You want everywhere. Yes. The statistics shows that clearly. It's a link and you make I say what can't link on you what started to civil service for be brave. And now be say why are you paying the civil servant? As someone like when you can't if you pay them peanuts, that's what you want car to say peanut. Yes. You bring monkeys to the home. In other words, what you want car to say monkeys pen cat here. And what do? Monkeys play tricks.
Yes.
They damage a lot of things at home. And for him, his point was that let's take good care of the civil service and then make it very expensive for people to do wrong things. Singapore developed because they had a very strong civil service. They have a strong training thing. Koreans, the same. I've been to Korea, I've been to Japan. It's the same. So that is the kind of mentality you build strongly, particularly in the civil service and in the ministry. And I think we are getting there. The last 2 years, I've had ministers come to me and talk to me and say, no, we are seeing some of the improvement. But more nye dede bebre. Na am say that be. Nye dede no here. The here ne say ye pian kakra. Ne gya no soma and no abeba. Okay. Na nti nye dia ye beka. Na mo dia ebededi. Oko ministry foforo. For instance, there was recently in a year or two ago, there was an article in the Ghanaian Times. Obiba officer. And I'm saying nipa kon no hwe client say no catch say nipa kon ni ho. Nti obeba. Or say me free officer no ma nye ni so obefra. Or say me do fie by 5:30 no be free me. No be say you answer can say yes so buy. Na dia na na hwehwe. So he wrote an article say change has come to the civil service in the Ghanaian time. But we are not making noise about it. Yeah, course kakran. And me GD say until we talk about fiscally, your question was about fee.
Yes.
At the end, yeah. I'm saying, and market cabin, you are strengthening performance. We are strengthening discipline. We are also improving client services. But much more, the engagement of the public is also one of the things that will be done.
Okay. Inti Obia or ye Juma under the civil service, Ebia or Bumprugu yo, Ebia district assembly, be no ye Juma. The Omunya na dream pose. Say the young company say we Juma or a buying ashe idea. We any biara kwa nya de befa mo because obi or your accountant or ebia MMDC bi office assembly bi ni ade ejuma na o ye no say yes o ye ejuma bosume so ye tua neka nanso so ebia wo kom ho a the kind of lackadaisical attitude a obehu office or no so nim say well obi anhweme nti o ye ejuma biara nti saafo ni nyina mo nya adwempon say se ye ba na ye hwe KPI na anko yi a for sometimes ye betumi ayi wedi
I mean, Casimiro, district assemblies, you move a Jumafone 2 times. You have a civil center, local government. But Nukra women say both the head of local government service, engineer Dr. Nono Tuata, and myself, we are dream together. We work together. We strategize. Though there are 2 different services, young Junior and Yemen and say, you will make sure, say, Brother Sonas, the young Sumba would have impacted this country. Enti ni ayeye wa hano na na to attans wo ye the same thing. They are improving their systems. They are making sure say because kungungo yo okay. you not get a civil servant there, but you get a local government service staff there.
Okay.
Now, Nana Atuata is doing virtually the same thing. We meet regularly, we discuss regularly, because we are convinced, both of us, Yadrin said, Yenim, Yama, Yewoeni. Yeni o man be a Yabako. Now, so man say, yeah, say go into Inti, we are showing people gradually. Maybe a problem is that we don't advertise. But ye yini pedi pa both services. Ye yini pedi.
Okay.
Ye yini pedi. Say, oh yeah, we are not supposed to, all of us are not supposed, we are supposed to be non-partisan. It is you who say, we don't have to BB, MPP, NDC, CPP, whatever it is. Openly, that is investigated. Who be you ready? That is, this is chrono, and we do that. Okay. One case ye dino. Over 10 Crabon there's a discipline report. I was working at the Debaco Council. Young chairman, because you believe who say once a Katia is a different matter. But we are finding different ways to motivate staff. Okay. Last year, for the first time in the history of the civil service, the next scholarship secretary of Adom Memorandum of Understanding, or boy, can be brave to give scholarship, for masters and PhD. Now, if we are doing that, you know, buying the Itiaka. Now, yes, sir. Yeah, my trama did it a growing idea. And you know, baby, as you do. But I'm very hopeful about our future. Say, baby, I'm very hopeful.
Okay. And Nana, Kwesi, Ajekum, Jamna, any Edim Como, or would media so Busia, but say, Gina will soon now, you pay home by your buy. You bet one common. Obusia yakwaya say abaye to ankomo no so ewa ha mene nana Kwesi Ajekum na etwetwe nkomo ewa ha nana auditor general report eba me ye sure say wunya bi kan eba na samu the report no ekura chief director we ya we why say muhu ya de na mo ye fa ho as heads
Maminka say intro I call the general drink cry a question. What has happened and saying is that internal audit agency, Nyamea Adom, Yanya head for Director General, Dr. Eric Osai. And so we share Auditor General report in the last 2 years. The number of infractions is because he has strengthened internal audits. Okay. Now, why are we saying that? Because internal audits one in ministries ne one in departments one in MMD phone into one has an internal consultant one also case ade we muntu menye ade we ya boni ade into once the internal audit is strong na eye adwuma ye ya start aban PFM act no at the audit committees in Swaba into once those things are strong no we are going to get a reduction consistently in the infractions we are getting our auditor general report, and it's shown the last 2 years OSHA statistics now cut down. So our focus really now is on making sure that the internal auditors okay. Inti otra baby kakra bi mfie miensa mfie na ne move oni otra baby che na hoyo da no anya no compromise until then you got moved and so that now before for us that's one of the things. But about specific question about DNA, more often than what we've been doing is that we call the chief directors, and we've made it now one of the deliverables of their performance or KPIs of the chief directors. And for every chief director, ourselves, we want to find the level of infraction to begin with. And now, some infraction now, but at the end, so that it doesn't happen, and that can go against you. Remember, unlike other people, your performance agreement, your assessment, you are publishing. It's a public document. The fans say, "Oh, ministry be now about out." Say, "Oh, ministry worry," and if one of the reasons they said infractions. So gradually, near many people have a backlog, and echo. But I'm saying we are taking various steps, improving and strengthening internal audit. Dr. Eric is working at the new auditor general too. Is also working very hard.
But na o say Ekoban say chief director be here na I was here in Edia. You should be able to publicize it for people like oman waka we chin na ebenya suade bi di free.
It depends. Yenyen you be the chief director be because the process is that you should serious infractions 2 years. And you should not have made the desired mark for 2 years. The only person that got close was on any time as soon as retire. But if you the two scratch principle, you will go. And the chief directors know, who comes you they will tell you. We are really determined, say, before we go, we'll make them. The head of local government is also deeper. The good thing is that we have the chairman of Public Service Commission, which is like the mother agency for all of us. Dr. Jennifer Fofi is also really working hard. Working. Maybe at this time, in the history of this country, we have at least 4 or 5 key people in certain positions who are determined to help make a mark. You knew baby Ebeko.
My nurse, so what to me Jibre now near Dinkomo.
Madam, I say, I don't phone you now. Me bon pass and Bokoswara, I small my gun and send him soon. I young so on this side. Maybe I'm a person mobile, you didn't tell me. Sure, send him off for we don't perceive it. Yes, we'll be willing and happy to come together. Ministra Ghana Funina.
Obushanya from that thing and I was on to a hand. I'm ready crab every my quite married mediation. Yanko point out man or Christian, a better tenacity. They didn't come. But that's all you had that general. Good evening.